All right, welcome everybody. The Indy race here at Lanes Raceway. This will be our third race, I believe, second or third race out of 8. Now, of course, you're not hearing a 9 there. That's for the late model series. 8 races for this Indy car. We've not had any issues with the tires, people having to buy those. Got a couple new racers in here this week. We got Josh, Bruce, and Jay joining in on the action. If you want to join in on the action, you're more than welcome to come down here. Stock gear ratio here at Lanes Raceway in the IndyCar Series. As we can see, we're timed out here a little bit. Give me 1 second. Should be good. All right, everything's rolling. We got Epidemic Sound to cover up the copyrighted music here at Lanes Raceway. 8 cars. Jay Latham on red, Robert on white, Bruce on green, Josh on orange, Randy on blue, Nathaniel on yellow, Glenn on purple, Jackson on black. 2-minute heats. 3 strikes, you're out. 8 round robin rotations. Racers, are you ready? Watch your lights. Here we go. 4 red lights dropping out to a green. Last week, running this, or not last week, but the weekend before last, we ran our oval race. A very nice race. A lot of people very, very close, compact, not a whole lot of wrecks. We went through the race pretty quick. Let's see if we can carry that tradition over. But already 7 seconds into the race, we've got several people involved in incidents. See my wife here, she's picking stuff up off the track. Let's see if we can get a better view here at cam 2 possibly. So we've got a lot of issues going on. Gear ratios here have changed since last week, and it's not because we're trying to change rules mid-race, but we found that the JK Indy cars in the box either come with a 11 or 12. So white, orange, and yellow are going to receive a strike there. But they come with a 11 pinion or a 12 pinion. So we've opted to let the guys choose from that. And a lot of them choose 12. They've ended up buying all my 12 pinions out here at Lanes Raceway. So a big reorder in the works coming next week. So excited that this series just now starting. Plenty of time to get involved. You got about right at 2 to 3 weeks that you can get involved in this and still be able to make all the races you need. So we see several cars come off. One of them comes all the way over here behind me. That's going to be the yellow car going to receive a strike here behind me. That'll be their second. We'll see who else is receiving strikes here. We got purple receiving a strike. They're first. That's Glenn Burden. See Jay Latham coming around to look at a car. So Jay's going to get a strike, and Randy there on blue, his first. Jay Latham, his first on red. Head over to the oval here. So right now, it looks like Bruce Bullington and Jackson Darty, the only ones that do not have strikes. Nathaniel Burden currently with 2. Like I said, this is a very, very fast little series here. Glenn Burden out in the lead right now. They're on purple lane in the orange and yellow Indy cars. He goes to make a pass there on the inside, narrowly making it right there above the yellow of Nathaniel Burden. He's got a screamer of an Indy car here. You know, with an upset that he just had there on the late model series, hopefully he can turn it around and bring home a victory here. He is representative as a Lords of Lanes Raceway for the Purple Crown last year, and that Purple Crown, of course, was the IndyCar Series. So Glenn Burden back in usual fashion here, leading the way for the IndyCar. And as you can tell, wrecks matter here in the IndyCar Series. Glenn Burden's car comes all the way over up underneath my chair here. So he'll receive his second strike here. And somebody else also involved in that incident. Let's see who it is. That looks like maybe Jay's car. So Jay and Glenn getting involved in a little incident there. Yeah, so Jay there, he'll receive another strike too. So right now, Jay with 2 strikes, Nathaniel and Glenn with 2 strikes. 1 strike for Randy, 1 strike for Josh Reinerson. Your leader right now, still Glenn Burden. We see Jackson Darty now taking over the lead as he's there on black lane trying to creep up on Glenn. Will Glenn give him a little leeway or fight him off? And it looks like they're a little tight side by side here. And Jackson's able to make it through Dead Man's Corner. A nice, easy transition there, just narrowly, just a little bit quicker than Glenn right now currently. As he pulls up in front where the yellow car of Nathaniel Burden, needing to make a pass. Nathaniel running an exceptional yellow lane as we see Glenn Burden to the high outside in Dead Man's Corner alongside another car, the NTT car here. So Glenn Burden there going to receive another strike here, and that'll be his third. Orange going to receive their second strike. That's Josh Reinerson's NTT car. Anti-red, white, and blue NTT data. So Jackson's already right now in the lead. Still plenty of racing. Don't count Glenn out yet as he has an exceptionally fast car here. 14 seconds left to go in the heat. Randy Kirtley taking over second position there with the red, white, and blue cross pop body there on blue lane as he makes a pass there on the outside. Nathaniel Burden pushing the subject there on the inside and then sends Randy Kirtley to the outside and actually collects Robert LaFoon. So Robert LaFoon on white going to receive his second. Randy Kirtley going to receive his second. And we're going to see the Nathaniel Burden receive his third strike. So like I said, folks, 1 second left to go. It's still anybody's ball game. Glenn Burden about 10 laps down from the leader, so he just needs somebody to crash out a little bit, and he'll be back in the mix here. Jackson Darty right now in the lead, holding it down. We're going to clear the strikes there. It was a brutal first heat. Nothing like the first time that we seen this race on the oval. I think our first heat last time we ran the whole thing without one wreck. Jackson Darty, 77 laps total there on black lane. Pretty impressive. 71 Josh Reinerson there on orange. 71 Randy Kirtley on blue. 70 Nathaniel Burden on yellow. Bruce Bullington 66, 66 for Robert LaFoon. Jay Latham 63 and 60 for Glenn Burden. Of course, getting crashed out there pretty early on, about mid-heat. Going to leave you guys here on the oval. You can watch these guys work. We'll see you here just shortly. All right, here we go. We're going to see those 4 red lights dropping out to a green. Round robin 2 of 8. Still a very, very close race. Difference between first and second, right at 15 laps, but very, very close. Minute 54 seconds. We're seeing a lot better racing here as we see the high side up there on red lane wanting to make a move on white. Robert wanting to make a move on Josh, and it's very tight between them and green. All 3 of them side by side. That's also Jay Latham down on green lane. Something's got to give, or they all just going to ride there side by side and bide their time. As we see Orange make the pass down low. That's Nathaniel Burden. We see a hard hit to the high outside. Two cars involved in the incident. That's Robert LaFoon and Josh Reinerson. They're actually tied together. So Josh Reinerson there on white, Robert LaFoon on red. I knew something was going to give there, folks. Red, white, and green were so close together. It was bound to happen anytime one of them wanted to make a pass. Running about, what did we get? 16, 17 laps before incident. They were all three, Jay, Josh, and Robert, side by side. .30 seconds into the heat. Jackson Daugherty still in the lead, 95 total laps. Randy Kirtley there in second position, 88. Jackson Daugherty's got a screaming machine here this week. See if he can hold it. 4 red lights dropping out to a green. Here we go. Similar action there, red and white side by side. Will anybody let anybody go by? Will be another incident as we see Josh Reinerson and Robert LaFoon neck and neck up top. Our leader, Jackson Daugherty, on yellow, going to make himself a pass on the lower lane, or the upper lane of blue, but blue really holding it out there side by side with orange. That's Nathaniel and Bruce. See Nathaniel breaking away there just a little bit. And a hard hit to the high outside, yet again collecting two cars. Josh Reinerson and Robert LaFoon. This will be both of their second strikes here. They're going to have to give each other a little bit of room. It looks like 57 seconds here left in the heat. Jackson Daugherty, of course, still in the lead, 115 to 108 of Randy Kirtley. Here we go, folks. And Josh Reinerson there taking the lead in front of Robert LaFoon. Jay Latham there on green. A little bit of close contact in between Nathaniel and him. Nathaniel able to make a pass and no incident to take place. We see a hard hit to the high side and one coming off completely off the high banks here. So this is the red car, orange of Nathaniel Burden will receive a strike. And then Josh Reinerson's car, of course, coming off for the third time there. With 34 seconds left to go in the heat. Down low on black, Glenn Burden back in the mix there, holding it down, trying to gain some of those laps from the previous heat here. He's turned 64 total laps so far this heat. He's headhunting. He's trying to get back up there and hoping some other people wreck out. As we see him try to make a dive bomb down low on Randy Kirtley there on purple. Who's going to give? It looks like Randy Kirtley is. We see a hard hit in the crook of the track. Two cars involved in this. Orange and blue. So that'd be Orange's second strike, Blue's first. Right now, Robert LaFoon with 2 strikes too. Everybody else, nothing. Seven seconds left to go in this round robin, 2 of 8. We still got a bunch of racing. 6 laps separates first from second. That's Jackson Daugherty in first, Randy Kirtley in second. Nathaniel Burden there in third place. Been a podium runner this whole series long. And Glenn Burden there itching on the heels, only separated by 1 lap between Bruce Bullenson and him. Jay Latham, 2 laps difference between him and Bruce. So we get a red flag rotation here. Go to the strikes and clear those out. And it looks like Robert LaFoon's going to hang on to the end of that red lane. And we'll see Jackson Daugherty there turning 77 respectful laps there on black lane. Very respectful. 74 there on yellow. So top 2 for sure as it comes to laps turned here at Lanes Raceway so far. So Jackson putting on an impressive show with his Indy car. Randy Kirtley there in second position, turning 74 laps there on purple and 71 on blue. Nathaniel 69 laps on orange and 70 on yellow to round up your top three. I'm going to head over here to the oval and let you watch these guys work, and we'll be right back with you. No, your body's good on this track. I think the high downforce hurt you on this. It slows you. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. A little bit of an argument between bodies here. High downforce bodies on the oval. A lot of people use them. I disagree with that. I think you should use the stock JK bodies. Less downforce, more speed. As we can see right now, our current leader, Jackson Daugherty, using the stock JK body. They're a little bit lighter and a little bit more lower to the ground. And we're seeing that it's paying off for that. Now on the orange, that's a different story. Maybe swap up those bodies because you do need the extra downforce, especially going across red, white, green, and sometimes black, as they like to pop out of the track. But right now, Jackson Daugherty currently in the lead. Randy Kirtley there in second position. About 5 laps separate the two. Nathaniel Burden there in third, about 7 laps difference between him and Randy. 2 cars involved in the incident as they come to the high portion of Cam 2 here. We can see an orange car and a Robert Laffoon with his purple car. Robert Laffoon there, of course, going to receive a strike, and then we see the purple of Bruce Bullington going to receive a strike there. Most of the incidents, of course, happening down here. If I see an incident on the upper portion of the track, we'll swap back. But most of the incidents seem to be happening right here down on Dead Man's Corner. So we'll stay on this cam for a second till we see the next wreck. But right now, Jackson Daugherty there on orange lane, holding them down. A lot of side-by-side action. Going to move back to the big oval here. Looks like people's got stuff under control. Right when I do, we see a wreck take place. My wife quickly picking the cars up so that they don't get anybody else involved in the incident. We see purple of Bruce Bullington going to receive a strike here, his second. And then Glenn Burden there on yellow receiving his first. Very good racing, very good racing. Back to the Cam 2 here where the action's at down low. We see Colin Morgan there in the bottom right-hand portion of the track. They're getting ready to run a GRC race coming up next when we run the 72 pitch series on the orange track. Right now 6:26 here in Livermore, Kentucky. Everything's a beautiful night here for sure. The wife even made some cotton candy. It felt a little fall festive out there for sure. So excited that the fall time's coming in. Of course, we got a couple exciting races. Josh Ryerson here actually sponsoring a race here at Lanes Raceway. 500 for the win, and that's coming up soon. He's got me free reign to make up the rest of the rules. I think I've got everybody understanding that it is a GRC 4.5-inch chassis or hard body chassis. And then tires no bigger than 1 inch. But anyways, pretty cool little team race going to be taking place. White going to receive its first strike, and we're going to see yellow with its second strike. That'll be Glenn Burden. Burden boys taking strikes on that one. 4 red lights dropping out to green, and we'll see Randy Kirtley there getting within 1 lap to Jackson Daugherty with 50 seconds left to go. So we focus down on Black Lane. We see him make the pass there on the inside of Jackson Daugherty. Now on the same lap, one another, we see Glenn Burden's car go to the high outside again. That'll be his third strike there. When you roll in there tight 3 wide, it's tough sometimes to keep it. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Jackson Daugherty just, yep, and Randy Kirtley now taking over the lead from Jackson Daugherty there up on Orange Lane. Let's see if Jackson can keep his car on and pull it back at the end of the race, and all it takes is just keeping the old car on the track. Right now it is definitely a race between him and Randy. Randy going to take the lead for the next few heats simply because Jackson's high up in the air. Nathaniel Burton's going to get his first stab at getting Jackson. We see a car flip completely off the track up underneath one of the pinball machines. That involves 3 people here. Black, white, and purple. Purple's 3, black's first, white's second. Yep. Purple's out. That's purple's 3. 3 strikes, you're out. Wife there helping track marshal. I think sometimes she forgets we do 3 strikes, you're out. 8 seconds left to go in the heat. Tied up right now, Randy with Jackson. But we see Jackson nowhere to be found, actually. I can see. 5 seconds left to go. Jackson and Randy on the back stretch, or front stretch, perfectly tied up. As we see 3 people involved in an incident here. Nathaniel Burden going to receive his 3rd strike there on white. That pulls him. And then Robert Laffoon, Bobby here, is going to receive his 2nd. And was it just 2? I believe it was just 2, right? Okay. All right. Here we go. 4 seconds left to go. A lot on the line here on this IndyCar race as we're going to approach our midway point next heat. Go ahead and clear the strikes out. We've seen a little bit of a change there on the leaderboard right at the end. Randy Kirtley, of course, in the lead, tied up with Jackson Daugherty with 222 laps. He's just narrowly in front of Jackson there down on the black lane. As we can compare to the 2 black lanes of the 2, and they're both 77 total laps, so we're very, very close. We also see the blue and the orange there, very close with Randy and Jackson, both 71 laps. So it's going to boil down to who wrecks the least between these 2, who might end up taking it home. Now, Jay and Nathaniel, they got a little bit of work to do, but they may be able to actually capitalize against Randy. As we see Jay Latham turning 73 laps there on blue lane. That's 2 laps better than what Randy has turned. So as long as he keeps the heat up and keeps the intensity up, we should maybe see him make a pass there on Randy. Now, that's the only given input that we have. We'll see Bruce Bullington down there with 69. But 1 minute 44 seconds, and we'll be right back with you. Watch these guys put their cars together. All right, here we go. 4 red lights are dropping out to a green. A little battle between Jackson and Randy Kirtley as we enter in the halfway mark here. Both of them tied up. So it's going to boil down to these last 4 heats. Now Jackson's going to end up on purple at the end of his very end. Randy Kirtley, I don't currently know where he'll end up. But, like I said, Randy's going to be on the defensive side. And Jackson will be, of course, on the offensive side. You see a car here on an incident to the high outside of the wall in Dead Man's Corner. And that is going to be Josh Reinerson taking a hit on green lane. Randy Kirtley currently in the lead now by 2 laps as we see Jackson Daugherty giving it everything he can up on the white lane, trying to stay out of the wreck. Jackson Daugherty there getting passed down low on the green lane. Josh Reinerson just had a wreck there. He's humming though. That baby is flat smoking fast as he goes to make a pass on the lower side of Robert LaFoon there on the blue lane. He's actually tied up side by side with black lane there. Josh Reinerson with a nice coast around the high banks there. Bruce Bullington also carrying a lot of speed there down on black. As we see another incident here, solid red car, red lane. Nathaniel Burton taking his first strike. The oval is definitely intense with the Indy cars. A lot to keep track of, but I'll tell you what, I love this little race here. The guys really like it too. The cars really handle quite well and slap them back in tight as we get another car all the way over here on me. I even felt the gust off of those 3 cars as they rolled by. Josh Reinerson, Robert LaFoon right here are going to get strikes. That's Josh's second, Robert LaFoon's first. And then we see another car that Bruce is handling right now, and that is white lane Jackson Daugherty. Robert LaFoon wants to take a peek at his car. We're going to scan back over here on oval so you can see that. Minute and 7 seconds left in the heat. Randy Kirtley out in the lead right now by 4 laps. Jackson Daugherty only turning 29 laps up here on white lane. That feels a little light, but everybody else pretty close to the 30 range here. Jay Latham now moving up into 3rd position, 240 laps. He is only 11 laps down from Jackson Daugherty. Bruce Bullington 8 laps down from Jay Latham. See Robert LaFoon's car enter back into the race here. Currently turning the best lap of 1.744 respectively there on blue lane. Fastest lap right now, probably the 1.560 of Jay Latham. And it is. Randy Kirtley there close, 1.65. 1 minute, we're halfway through the heat right now. We got about a 4 wide condition going through Dead Man's Corner. Let's jump over to cam 2, so we're probably going to see an incident here. As we see a hard hit there in the crook of the track. Head back over to the oval here. We see Cole going to help out track marshal a little bit and bring a car around. And we see Bruce Bullington take the handed off car. Now that's going to be a strike for red lane, and that's red's second strike. Back green racing, 49 seconds left to go. 2 strikes on red, 1 on white, 2 on green, 1 on blue. Everybody else is good. And we're running into a little bit of cluster. Let's move to cam 2. We might see an incident here shortly. We see several cars clustering up there down on black, purple, and yellow. It's a very tight race between those 3. Jay, Bruce, and Randy neck and neck. So we see a car sent to the high outside. And I believe that's Jay. Take a strike here off purple lane. Back over here to the oval. 4 red lines dropping out to green yet again. Quite a few more wrecks this week on the oval than we had in the previous. Maybe it's where the guys have worked on their cars to get them set up for the orange. Not hooking as good for the oval anymore. As we see a stalled car there on green lane. Josh Reinerson's car kind of coming to a stop. Something's happening here. He's got her in a straight lane to keep out of everybody's way. 12 seconds left to go. A lot of hard hits there from Josh this race. A lot of incidents. We see 2 cars come off, 2 involved in the incident, 4 seconds left to go. In the crook of the track, it looks to be Jackson Daugherty and Bruce Bullington, I believe, their cars. So Jackson Daugherty going to receive his second. Bruce Bullington going to receive his first for this heat. Red lights dropping out to green, 3 seconds left to go. Hopefully no more incidents. As we get a red flag rotation right here. All right, heading over to the strikes, so we'll go ahead and clear those. We'll look here at the track mate. Randy Kirtley in the lead, 298 total laps. Jackson Daugherty, 286. 282 for Jay Latham to round up your top 3. Bruce Bullington right there with them, 273 to almost 272 of Robert LaFoon, wanting to bite their way into that top 3. We still have 3 or 4 more heats left to go here before we'll see the end. So they might have a chance here at the end. 266 there for Nathaniel, 258 for Glenn, and 241 for Josh Reinerson. Heading over to the oval, let you watch these guys work. We'll be right back with you. All right, here we go. 4 red lights. What? 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Randy Kirtley still in the lead, 299 laps. Jackson Daugherty right there behind him, 289, but holding his own. Randy Kirtley, of course, down a little bit lower. We'll see if it shapes up as we cross over a little bit. Robert LaFoon going to take a strike here. Josh, you didn't get a strike, did you? Okay. Purple receiving strike. Looks like maybe another person out here. Yep, Randy Kirtley actually going to get a strike there on orange. Randy Kirtley, of course, going to have to spend the rest of his race fending off Jackson. So we're going to see Jackson start go a little bit lower after this heat, and that'll be 3 more heats. Well, we'll see how that turns out. Being up in the upper lanes is definitely tough. So we see a car come off up on its lid. That was a weird little wreck there. Glenn Burden going to receive one there. That's his first. Glenn Burton there checking the track, make sure there's nothing on the braid or the braid swapped up. Well, it's quite a weird look to see that car flip up on its top side there. I didn't see it actually happen on screen. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Jackson running the maroonish purple car up on red lane, doing pretty well. Jay Latham, though, down on black lane, poised to make up quite a few laps here. Going to pass Jackson here shortly if he keeps that car in. We see him down there on black lane making lap after lap. About 5 foot shorter there down on black versus purple as he goes to make another pass up on red lane. You see Robert LaFoon's car go to the high outside up there. Robert LaFoon, of course, going to receive his second strike there on purple lane. You see Jackson passing it off to Jay Latham. Jay, the king of lanes raceway, fixing to take over second position here. And Jay now in second position, pushing Jackson towards third. Oh, we see a car come off the high banks super hard and super fast. See Glenn Burton there take a strike there on white lane. Randy telling Glenn to roll his car down and see if there's something in the slide. Ladies and gentlemen. Josh asking Glenn to do a little room sounds when he's pushing his car. And of course Jackson there piecing that. So it's a little Formula 1 sounds instead of IndyCar sounds. White lane very treacherous. It seems like the faster people go in white lane, the harder it is to keep it down on the high banks. Glenn, of course, going to have to dollar back a smidge here as he's on his second strike currently. As we got a minute and 11 seconds left to go in the heat here. I believe the issue we're having here, just from what I've seen off of that, is not the track actually. He's got a wire up underneath the chassis, is what my guess would be. We're going to see Robert LaFoon and Josh Reinerson receive strikes here. Josh Reinerson, that'll be his first. Robert LaFoon, that'll be his third. Put it on there. Purple, yes, 3. A lot of things going on there. Hey, Glenn, you might want to check under your car. That's acting like you got a wire up under your chassis. If that wire goes up underneath that chassis and that front nose, that dude will pull you out like that. Was it? That's what I figured. So that's what it was. The wire got up underneath the chassis, caused him to do that barrel roll. I thought that was kind of weird looking, watching that thing barrel roll on the high banks. All right, here we go. 58 seconds left to go in the heat. See Glenn's car there in an incident again there. White lane not too good to him. So we see Bruce Bullington now going to receive a strike there. That'll be his first. That'll be Glenn Burton's third. And on green. Is Nathaniel getting a strike there or no strike? Got a strike? Okay. Yeah, I got Bruce. Right now, as it is, Glenn 3, Nathaniel 1, Randy 1, Josh 1, Bruce 1, and Robert 3. You ain't got none. You ain't wrecked. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Right now we are down to 6 racers here. 2 of them out for this heat. Round robin 5 of 8. 44 seconds left to go. We see a little change there from Robert Laffoon dropping down. Nathaniel taking over there as he's trying to make the climb up. See Glenn shot to the bottom there. Jackson Darty in 3rd position there, trying to get out of this red lane. Jay Latham putting an impressive 64 laps up on black lane right now. 1.53 as we see green take a hit here. That's going to be their 2nd strike. That's Nathaniel Burden's 2nd strike there on green. 17 seconds left to go in this round robin 5 of 8. And blue lane going to receive a strike. Now that's blue's 2nd. So 4 red lights dropping out to green yet again. 6:50 in the PM here. Livermore, Kentucky. So we get green lane, take another strike there. That'll be green's 3rd. Mouse is starting to act a little funky. Just like that, you know, it can change everything at a moment's notice. 10 seconds left to go. Randy Kirtley currently in the lead, 363 total laps. Jay Latham in 2nd, 355. And Jackson Darty, 3rd place, 348. We get a red flag rotation. We'll clear these strikes out. Head over to the track mate. We can see Randy Kirtley averaging 73.6 laps with 368. He's good 2 laps ahead of Jay Latham right now. Jay Latham still got one of his down lows on yellow to make that different. We see Jay Latham turn an impressive 76 laps on purple, the best so far on purple, where Randy turned 74. But the vice versa has taken place there on the yellow lane, where we can see Jackson turn 74 and 76 on yellow with Randy Kirtley. So Jay Latham definitely got a fast little speed wagon of an Indy car. We might poise to see Jay Latham make even a stronger climb up against Randy. With 3 more heats left to go, he's all over the place. Randy Kirtley, of course, is going to start dropping a little bit as he's going to the high outside. And we're going to see Jay Latham and Jackson Darty start fighting for a little bit of that 1st place position, coming a little bit lower on the track. 1 minute and 42 seconds. We'll be right back with you. Watch these guys work on their cars. See you soon. All right, here we go. Glenn Burden in a full speed sprint as he makes his way back around the track. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go, folks. 6 of 8, 2/3 of the way there. Randy Kirtley, your leader, 371 laps. Jay Latham right on his hips. 364 as we see car of Jackson Daugherty come flying out there. And he takes a car with him. Looks Glenn Burden's car coming out. So that's going to be a strike there on red. And a strike on Jackson on green. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Jay Latham currently turning 21 laps to Randy Kirtley's 19, so he is catching him. 7 laps separates the two. Looks like Robert LaFoon needs a push through. We're going to see the car of Jay Latham come out. Going to receive a strike here on yellow lane. Right now, 1 strike Glenn, 1 strike Jackson, and 1 strike Jay Latham. Two cars go to the high outside, 1 orange, Bruce Bullington. And Glenn Burden going to take another strike there. One minute, 21 seconds left to go. Randy Kirtley there on white lane. Stalled, it looks like. Randy Kirtley may be blown up here. What's wrong with it, Dad? Check your motor and make sure to come off the motor. All right, don't hit the track. Wire came off of Randy Kirtley's. Of course, that's cost him 2 strikes. Randy Kirtley currently in the lead, 389, 21 laps. 26, Jay Latham catching him pretty quick. 4 laps separates these two. Jay Latham running a 1.561 on the yellow lane. Robert LaFoon turning a 1.490 scorching speed down on black, turning 27 laps to be the most laps turned so far there on black lane. Normally we would continue on, but he took 2 strikes there to find this issue, so we're going to go ahead and let him fix his car. Blue get a strike, or is that just where it ended? Okay. All right, folks, here we go. 118. Randy taking 2 strikes there. He's going to have to chill her out a little bit for the remainder of this race. But he had a broke wire. That's why his car didn't take off. 116 left to go. Get 3 cars maybe involved in the incident here. So red car of Nathaniel, and we're also going to see Robert LaFoon's going to take his first strike. Nathaniel's going to take his second. All right, whoever hit it, hit it. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go, folks. 8 cars still in this mess. So we got three people with 2 strikes. They got to make it 50 more seconds without wrecking. And a car to the high outside there. That's going to be Randy's third. He got counted for both those. I gave him time to finish that instead of giving him 30 seconds. He took 2 strikes over that. So that would be his third. .41 seconds left to go. 4 red lights drop out to green. Here we go. We'll get another car to the high outside, taking out another one. I'm going to see who are these cars here. Glenn and Bruce. So Bruce, that'll be his second. He's still in. Black. Did Black wreck? Okay, I believe Black's second. And then Glenn, that'll be his third. 36 seconds left to go in the heat. This has been a brutal one. Right now, orange, blue, and black with 2 strikes. Yellow, 1 strike. Green, 1 strike. Purple, 0 strikes. See Jay Latham now taking over the lead here. Randy Kirtley there in second position. We see Jackson take over that from Randy. Bruce Bullington there in 4th position. And he caught Randy there. So that'll be the heat over right there. We're going to clear the strikes. A very brutal heat. Take a look here at the track mate. See Jay Latham there in the lead, 434 laps, 2 heats left to go. Jackson Daugherty, 2 heats left to go, 415 there in second. Bruce Bullington there in 3rd position, 409. Randy Kirtley there in 4th position after a devastating wreck out there on White Lane with 40 laps, 408. Nathaniel Burden, 395 with 2 heats left to go. Robert LaFoon, 384. Josh Reinerson, 378. 329. Glenn Burden there having another rough race. And head over here to the Oval and let you watch them work. We'll be right back with you. All right, 5 seconds before we get this thing underway. So we see Jay Latham are rushing to get to his. 4 red lights drop out to green. Here we go. And we get a car wreck to the high outside. Jay Latham going to take a strike here. His first. Gerald Whitaker helping track marshal. See a car fly to the high outside there. See Glenn Burton's going to call it, it looks like. His car is in disarray or something. Something ain't going right with it. Minute 30 seconds left to go. So we get a flag here. Let's see, one. Josh Reinerson taking an incident here. His first. Randy Kirtley pulling in Bruce Bullington here as he goes to make the pass, and he makes it. Now putting him in 3rd position. He's got more than 10 laps to get that 2nd position from Jackson. Minute 9 seconds left to go. Hard hits up in the high banks there. Looks like we're going to see 2 people in the incident. All right, who we got here? Orange, white, blue. Orange, white, and blue. That's 2 for orange, 1 for blue, 1 for white. 46 seconds left to go in the heat. Randy Curley passing Bruce there on red lane. Nathaniel Burton now taking over 4th position for Bruce as we get a round robin rotation. Clearing them out. So we take a look here at the track mate. Jay Latham in the lead, 72 laps on average, 504 total. Jackson Daugherty 485 in 2nd. And Randy Kirtley there dropping to 3rd place, but actually gaining the position that last heat to 474, running 66 total laps there on red to be tied up with Robert LaFoon. Him and Robert both running a really good red lane there. But white lane really crushing Randy there where he had some car trouble. Jackson Daugherty there on purple is what he's going to end on. Jay Latham's going to end on white. Randy's going to end on green. We'll see out of these 3 who's going to get it. We also see Nathaniel Burton there on black, 472. See if he can keep her on there, make a move. 1 minute and 40 seconds. We'll be right back with you. All right, here we go. 4 red lights are dropping out to green. The strikes have been renewed. This is the final heat here. Jay Latham currently in the lead, 506 total laps. Jackson Daugherty 589. Randy Kirtley 479. We see a wreck here. Be Nathaniel Murden going to receive his first strike. Ooh, hard hits there. There's several off the track here. It's going to be the 2 for Nathaniel. Robert LaFoon going to receive his first on orange. And 1 on red for Bruce Bullington. So we get a flag on the play here. A few more cars coming off here. All right. Looks like Jay and Bruce Bullington. Bruce Bullington's will be his second. Jay is going to be his first. 39 seconds left to go. Ooh, and another car coming off. So 2 cars coming off, it looks like. So that's going to be Jackson Daugherty. And Bruce, that'll be his third. So Bruce is coming off. Tight pack coming up. So we see another flag here. And that's going to be a strike there for Josh Reinerson on yellow. We get another yellow flag here. That's going to be another strike there on yellow for Josh. A lot of 2 strikes rolling here. 4 red lights are dropping out to green. Here we go. And that's a checkered flag here. I'm going to clear the strikes up. What an eventful race here. Jay Latham 570 laps, going to bring home a win. Jackson Daugherty 557. Randy and Nathaniel tied up. Nathaniel got it. Nathaniel going to take third position. Randy fourth. Robert LaFoon in fifth. Josh Reinerson in sixth. Bruce Bulletin in seventh. And Glenn Burden in eighth. All right, folks, thank you for tuning in to the IndyCar race here on the Oval. Next week it'll be on the Orange. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Coming up next, 72 pitch on the Orange to end our evening, and GRC on the Oval.